Hey guys, my name is Justin, and I have a quick little announcement before this video actually begins. If you hear a whirling sound in the background of this video, that's my fan. It's very hot down here in the south, and I do not want to turn on my air conditioner because I don't want my power bill going up. So please don't hate me. And that's all I have to say. Enjoy the video. As you guys know, I'm a pretty big fan of Danganronpa. There are so many qualities that make this franchise enjoyable. The gameplay is fun, the story is intriguing, the anime is actually good when it's dubbed, and there are so many characters. This series is based around character interactions, fighting off against despair, and getting to a more better, hope-filled future. And spoiler warnings for those unfamiliar with this, but not all of them are going to make it out. My baby boy Ganta is one of them. I haven't met a person who hasn't had more than one favorite character, but there always seems to be that one character that causes a lot of division in the Danganronpa fandom. I see here a lot of MEPs, anime music videos, top 10 waifus for Lifu list, and that character is Junko Enoshima. I think it'd be safe to say that Junko is undeniably the face of Danganronpa, and as a villain, she should be a prime example of how to create a perfect anime antagonist. Junko is a perfect blend of what you want in a villain. Psychopathic, nihilistic, and cruel. She has a bunch of characterization for those who are theorists and lore-crazed fans, and she's attractive. I know that has nothing to do with being a good villain, but you know, some people like that, and I can't knock them for that. Now, it's common knowledge that in order to have a story, there must be a conflict, a reason for us to care about what's going on, and usually these forces can be internal or external. In the case of Junko, she just came in like a wrecking ball. All she wanted to do was break your walls. I'm sorry, please don't unsubscribe for me. In the case of Junko, she just came in like a wrecking ball and ruined everyone's life from the word go. And funnily enough, villains usually have a reason to commit heinous crimes, whether that be for world domination or obtaining precious goods. Junko just wants to spread the wonderful feeling of despair, and although despair is an intangible object, she can see the effects it has on people, the helplessness it can grasp them into. She's like Dr. Zoloft from Courage the Cowardly Dog times 11. The depression is real with this one. In all iterations of Danganronpa, you can see the trail of destruction Junko has left behind for her own personal amusement. Junko's performance throughout the entirety of Danganronpa can be summed up into one word: Narm. To quote TV tropes, Narm is a moment that is supposed to be serious, but due to either over-sappiness, poor execution, excessive melodrama, or the sheer absurdity of the situation, the drama is lost to the point of surpassing cheesy and becomes unintentionally funny. It's because Junko is such a reckless cannonball that she's able to move more freely when writing her. She can switch from being a sad wreck on the floor to an eager murderous psychopath at the flip of a switch, and she'll still be within character. Junko is by far one of the greatest treasures that Danganronpa has to offer, and hopefully we'll see more characters go down the same path as the Queen of Despair herself. I see a lot of people cry using the tired buzzword of Mary Sue when referring to Junko because although she's a young teen, she managed to plunge the entire world to chaos in the pursuit of despair. And today I have two things to say. 1, fuck you, and 2, are you allergic to fun? At the end of the day, Junko is a very performance-driven villain engrossed in the world of individuals who have above-average skills. So in the context of Danganronpa, saying that Junko is too OP, please nerf, is stupid. In fact, I think this makes Junko even better because of how absurd everything she does is. Junko is a character that's bored with life because it's so mundane. There's no excitement because everything from her perspective is scripted. Remember her idea for Junko Land from Danganronpa 2? A place where everyone would be an exact copy of her and her unpredictability. You could be living out your life like normal, and all of a sudden you hear gunshots while taking a walk in the park. Am I talking about Junko Land or America? And unlike most villains who will only execute their plans with success in mind, Junko can win either way. She's hoping for her endeavors of despair to be spread across the world, and if she doesn't succeed, she also wins from the unpredictability of her plans being stopped. That's something as simple and unexpected as Makoto, a person Junko is miles ahead of in sheer comparison, was able to beat her. In Danganronpa EA, Makoto states that since Junko is so superior, she intentionally creates loopholes in her plans for exploitation. She's also still able to spread dread and despair, but can't leave out the possibility of her leaving because where's the fun in winning all the time? I want you guys to think of Junko in this sense. In every scene that she's in, whether albeit physical or through the lens of Monokuma, Junko's plans are very reactive. She just goes along with the flow to keep the ball rolling. She relishes in the fact that this is all just a game to her, and no matter the outcome, she'll come out victorious, and the length at which she goes to in order to succeed are dirty and underhanded. Just like how Scar killed Mufasa, Junko killed her own sister, but instead of getting anything physical out of it like status or wealth, she just killed her because why the fuck not? Another thing that makes Junko such a well-endowed person is that she's not anchored by a tragic backstory. In today's media, a lot of people think having life shit on you constantly makes you a good villain, and this absolutist belief that all villains must be the product of hardships and being fully fleshed out characters is very idiotic. Reminding the audience by saying, "I'm sad, feel sad for me," doesn't make you a good villain, and in cases that it's done correctly, they don't have to remind you every 15 seconds. If you want an example of sad villains done right, look at Batman the Animated Series and compare that villain backstory to today's shows and movies. I'll tell you now that Dr. Freeze's mourning is better than that of, I don't know, Blue Diamonds from Steven Universe. God, I hate this fucking show. Fun fact, Kodaka once said in an interview that Junko was written to have no tragic backstory in mind, only filled by a desire and despair. She's unpredictable, and that's what makes her more dangerous than most other villains. Junko's actions are very akin to that of the Joker, and I'm not surprised because he was one of the main inspirations for her design. Just like the Joker, Junko is more of an obstacle than anything else. She's just there to cause mayhem and mass hysteria and doesn't really have time for deep-rooted characterization because she was never supposed to be that type of character. And just like the Joker, if Junko was to go down the path from going to a theatrical Jack Nicholson Joker to an edgy gangster paradise Jared Leto Joker, that would have been shit. Think about that for a second and count your blessings. But before I end this video, I just want to play this short clip that I found the best way to sum up my entire thoughts about Junko.
That's my writing and critical theory lesson for today. Characters are written with their intended roles in mind, and trying to take them out of that role and into a completely different one requires massive redesigns to everything from their mannerisms to their appearance to even their entire personality. And doing that is likely to lose what made that character memorable to begin with. And everyone's favorite, "well, actually" argument only proves my point.
Now get the fuck out.